show people that it's allowed to be here. They want to show people that it's not just allowed, it's also skill. In fact, they have a Deloitte on their team, well known, they played in IFAB tournament, and I definitely watch out for them. They're probably because of massive upset, so please guys, don't underestimate anyone.
No, and I don't think next in any measure that Africa is a leader in esports in the region, and as you said, they are a player who's competed in this game across the world, so this should be good. And finally, we have Sun Esports coming in from Morocco. Excited about them?
Yes, definitely. They have the rocks. What is the rocks, guys? It's literally the best.
Arguably, I still have Mike being the best.
I think he's the best African player, and he has a lot of experience. But I definitely watch out for other teammates like Verena. These guys are also the support system. These guys they dominate their games. So I definitely watch out for them. Alright, so now let's move on to what happens next.
special.
Is my mic in through?
Mic check, mic check.
Apologies for the break in transmission, but now we are back at the Africa Curry Force Africa Cup. Are you ready? Are you ready for some esports action? I am extremely ready. It's gonna be Stance and ready. We'll give you a small preview of the teams before you broke in transmission. We're just talking about the Moroccan team, Sun Esports. How you feel about Sun Esports? We didn't get to finish about them before we moved on.
Sun Esports is known for their dominance. These guys dominate in the game. They do not give space for the enemy to even try to fight. So, you know, gaming is all about the mental. If you do not have the strong mentality, then you can end up losing it. And with Sun Esports, the dominance that they bring, it won't be easy, guys.
So 6 dominant teams. We have 2 teams fighting for the last because they were runner-ups in NXD and Cozy Esports, who are trying to have a chip on their shoulders. We have 1 team that came from the losers brackets and made their way all the way to the final. Then we have 2 extremely dominant teams in Delta Sports and Aura 233. It's going to be a really, really good day of esports action. Now, let's talk about some things we need to see from the teams. Let's talk about communication. We have some star players in this lineup. Mike in Kenya. We have the best player coming in from the side of Ghana. The players coming in from Morocco. But you can't carry your team on your own, can you?
No, you can't. It's about skills. It's about strategy. It's not. You can't just have our opponents and bring them with you. You have to show that when you play. These are the best of the best, my entire mind. So the teams have to bring in their A game. They have to show in their skills. They have to show in their experience. That's very important against this team.
Let's talk about game modes. We have Search and Destroy, Control, and Hardpoint. So my favorite is Hardpoint. Personally, I like controlling the Hardpoint. I like playing in the objective. We can tell the viewers about the rules of the game, what they're going to see, so that we can have an easy viewing for them. Let's start with Search and Destroy. A very common game in which you have an objective to search and plant a bomb on the target so that it can explode. And if another team, the bomb is planted, your job is to defuse the bomb, right? Very simple. Unlike other game modes, S&D, if you shot your gun down, once you're dead, you have to wait till the end of the round. It's the best of 5. So it's a very tense game. You cannot make any mistakes. Communication is key. Unlike any other game mode, there's no spawning in S&D. All right, let's talk about Control.
Control is, you could say it's similar to Hardpoint, but there are only 2 points to capture. So there's A and there's B. So the first round includes this. They can easily respawn, not like Search and Destroy, where once you're killed, you have to wait for the next round. But in Control, it involves 30 rounds to respawn. So the first round, one of the teams will try to capture point A and point B, or they can also lessen the enemy team by killing them off and then winning the round. So that's how it usually works. And the limit to how many times they can respawn is when it goes down the last, I think it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5.
5. So once it reaches there, they can't respawn again. They'd have to wait for the next round, and it's the best of 3.
All right, finally, Hardpoint. Hardpoint will have, depending on the map, a number of points in the map, minimum of 3. And it rotates across the map. Sorry, I'm confused right there. So it's going to be a point in the map that's going to be rotating across the map. And your job is just to have somebody inside there and control. It's like King of the Hill. And you gain points for the amount of times you're in the hill. The more times you are in the hill, the more points you get. Now the problem is you have people coming at you from all angles. Spawns are indifferent, so it's going to be very, very difficult to control that point. It's one of the, for me, it's my favorite modes of gaming in Call of Duty, and I'm really looking forward to this esports matchup. Remember, teams are 5v5, all right? Each teams have various roles. Let's talk about the roles so that when you hear our amazing casters calling out these roles, we know what they're talking about. When you hear about rotating, what does the rotating mean? Like, for example, if there's an objective happening and you're supposed to rotate, that means you're going from one point to the other in good time. Let's talk about anchor. Tell us about an anchor. What does an anchor the team?
An anchor is like the support system. He's the one who holds the team together. You might say that's the captain's job, but no. Each player in the team has a role. The anchor is the support system. They have to support the teammates. They almost act like bait, so their teammates can also get the kills and enter the points. But yes, they're like the first line of defense.
Indeed, the first line of defense, and they'll be running with various guns in the game. We'll have guys running with snipers. We'll have guys running with SMG, small assault rifles. We'll have guys running with the RFGs. How are you gonna run? How do you run your gear yourself?
Let's see. Probably, I don't know. This season, a lot of people have been using SMGs. Like, these are like short distance guns. Usually, if you want close combat, 1v1 gunfight. So in Hardpoint, we're going to see a lot of these guns being brought in. There's some teams, for example, like Aura 233. These guys are known for their close combat. So we're going to see some people like, we're going to see some of the teammates bring in this so they can get that 1v1 gunfight to try and defeat their opponent. And some other people will see them with assault rifles. These are now more efficient munitions, their long-distance guns.
Mid-range, let's say, mid-range and short-range too, they can function.
Exactly. But the snipers are the most dangerous, especially this season. A lot of people have been using the Tundra. This gun has precision. If you see someone with a Tundra, run the other side. No, I'm joking. Just try your best.
Yeah, and remember, sniper takes the most skill, especially in close combat. For those one hits, it's very hard to use it in short range. But in long range, it's amazing. But the problem with the sniper is if you can't quick scope somebody in short range, then becomes a liability. So you gotta be managed to control the emotions of the game. Let's talk about the maps. Each mode will have different maps. Maps are made to bring out the various aspects of the game. Some maps are longer. You'll see more SMGs and you'll see more snipers and assault rifles. Some maps are shorter and you'll see a lot of the small SMGs. Now, depending on who you are, personally I like a map like Express. I know you're not a big fan of Express.
I like a map like Tunisia. I hate Express.
Oh, I hate Tunisia.
I love Tunisia.
Oh.
Tunisia is the best.
No, not the country. We love Tunisia, the country.
Oh,
we're talking about the Call of Duty maps, by the way. All right, cool. So let's talk about now what we expect to see in terms of the gaming quality and style. From Ghana, I hear there's a quick style of play with the SMGs. They like to run quick, light on their feet. They're very strategic and they're very quick on their comms. And they're all think up. I hear they're very good in communication.
Yes, there are. These guys are quick thinkers. They don't live. If they're pushing, they'll push together. They will not split. They'll do it with confidence. That is the sort of gameplay you need, especially in very high intense games. So yes.
So in Delta, I hear they're good, but they take their time in their strategy. They don't move as quick as they did compared to RS-233. Are they quick? Yes, but they are more of a strategic team. They like to pick things off slowly, and before they get to know their team they're competing against. But finally, when they get their groove, they move like an oil rig machine.
Exactly. Gaming is all about. You can take it at your own pace. There's some players, some teams that like to be aggressive at the beginning. They like to finish it exactly at that point. But there's some teams that like to take it at their own pace and win, like a slow burner. They would like to take their time so they can win the game.
All right, let's talk about slow burner. I don't know if Sierra 7 can pull it off again. They went to the losers bracket in their national qualifiers, then had to come all the way in. Let's see if they're good enough to do that here. I don't think they'll have enough of an opportunity to do here. Things are thick right here. You want to get off winning from the very first game. You need the momentum on your side. So we're going to go back to the casters. Other than us being the host, we have an amazing team of casters with us here today. Our casters are amazing. We have Eugene and Chet coming in all the way from South Africa. The best of the best in calling the games here in Africa and former professional esports players themselves. Over to the amazing folks at downstairs. Eugene, Trout, how you guys feeling?
Let's stream it down. Okay.
You took it down? Yeah, I couldn't. No, I can't. I couldn't hear you in the comms. I just had 10 seconds.
They made this.
One, two, 1, 2. Mic check.
Mic check, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Mic check 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 1 2 1 2.
So special.
Hello and welcome back, and hopefully for the last time, apologies for the technical difficulties. It will not happen again. I see in the comments we are being roasted by the Nigerians and Ghanaians for our internet. We apologize greatly. It won't happen again. Welcome back to the Carry First African Cup. We're going to see some amazing esports action. Call of Duty Mobile, the game of choice. And our first matchup is almost here. Aura 223 from Ghana versus Sierra 7. You excited about that matchup?
Of course.
Same here.
Listen, I know you guys are arguing in the comments about who's the best, but these guys are about to end that argument. We're going to see in-game who's better. Is it going to be Sierra 7 from Nigeria, or is it going to be Aura 233 from Ghana?
Yeah, we know the two countries vouch a lot over the internet, from their memes to their love to their music, now to their Call of Duty. Let's see who's best. Is it the indomitable 233 from Ghana coming in undefeated? Is it Sierra 7 who have more grit, who had to struggle to make their way to this very stage? It's going to be the West African Derby here live on YouTube. But before we go on, let's talk about Carry Fast Shop. How can they get some deals here as we watch some amazing Call of Duty action? Tell us all about that, Shamsa.
Well, there are 3 promo codes that are up. You can go to the Carry Fast page on Instagram. They'll be there. You guys can access it, and they'll be valid until tomorrow. This is to celebrate the grand finals. And don't go just yet. Black Friday is coming, and Carry Fast does not miss. They're going to have a 40% deal, and players can get their discounts in the shop. Shop.carryfast.com, so they can get themselves the legendary and hopefully the mythic guns that are going to come back.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a really nice time for you to do your shopping, and if you wanna get some promo codes in, if you wanna make sure that you get your right tools for the Call of Duty mobile gaming experience, make sure you get them right now in the next 24 hours as we celebrate the Carry First African. But now it's time for some Call of Duty action. With us we have some amazing casters coming in from Kenya and South Africa. We have the amazing Eugene Abu Dhabi, and from South Africa we have the amazing Trout. Both former players in their own right, style to the nines, ready to give us a brief of the action coming on today, this very day. So over to you, to our amazing casters, Eugene Abu Dhabi and Trout. How are you guys feeling?
Wow, that was a nice intro. That was a nice. Yeah, a bit too kind for our taste. We like violence, the same violence that the comment section has been dishing out for the past 45 minutes.
Ain't no rest for the wicked, let me tell you. These guys have been superbly wicked. So, yeah, anyways, we're going to be jumping into our first game here, which is Sierra 7 versus Aura 233, the Battle of West Africa. And, man, I want to put you on the spot. What's your pick?
First of all, just a reminder, the name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, live from the Kenyan capital. This is Trout, and yes, a West African showdown to start us off. Sierra 7 from Nigeria versus Aura 233. These two teams have actually the West African qualifiers were the most heated up that I have ever seen. It was down to the wire all the way. Let's talk about Aura 233 first of all. The squad here represented by Sunflower, Ruin, Game Bay, Babushka, and Hustle. My goodness, completely stacked. What's not to say? There's a reason this squad is completely feared. First of all, completely sponsored with brand new Galaxy S24s. Do you believe that? These guys are holding brand new heavyweight gaming devices right now, and it's been talked about for a while since they got here. Not to mention that device capability adding to the current skill that we already know of.
Well, I mean, they've made it to the top 6 teams in Africa. There has to be something about the tech that they're using as well as their skill. Combine the two and you've got a recipe for success. But like we said, we have the maps up here for us, and first one we're going to be starting off on Apocalypse for HP or Hardpoint, and then S&D on Kuruhana Metropolis. Your favorite map.
Why Kuruhana? Why?
And then we're going to be rounding it off because it is a best of 3. We are in the group stages, just to be clear. We're not going to be having a best of 5 to start us off with here. There are going to be 6 games coming up for you guys, but we're going to be rounding it off in Control on Arsenal. My personal favorite map for Control, and I'll tell you why. It's because you actually have to know what you're doing.
True, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Their opponents, Aura 233. This is Sierra 7. Go through their entire gladiator list right now.
Well, I mean, we spoke about them being sort of like the dark horse or underdog coming into the super tenacious, and they came out on top with Virus, Tipsy, Life, Santi, and Sage. These guys speaking to them behind the scenes and figuring out where their heads are at, these guys are super humble and super confident, which is an interesting mix, but I think it's something that you've got to watch out for. When you're coming into a competition with the intention of winning and you have a bit of confidence behind you, with respect, I mean, you can't even fault them a little bit.
But you can't fault the other guys for being cocky either, you know? We've talked to some cocky teams.
The higher you talk yourself up, the further you have to fall, eh?
Either way, we're expecting a cracker of a match here, a proper brawl, because from what we saw in the Nigerian qualifiers, that Sierra 7 versus Rage Gaming final was... There's a reason that stream went 5 hours. There's a reason that live stream went 5 hours longer than any of the other qualifiers that went through. It was a proper brawl, and now this West African brawl to kick this final off. You can't write this. You can't write this.
I mean, I tried writing the script, but it was put out of the window.
Yeah.
And I mean, going forwards, I actually would say that these two are the favored picks. So I mean, to start off the competition with the two teams that have got the most backing behind them, I think it's going to be a real tone setter for the entirety of the event.
And
but
now,
having said that, I think we've yapped enough.
Yes, we have. And before there's this thing I told you we do on the East African side of Call of Duty. Before the match, we go straight into the lobby. There's this Bible verse, the Call of Duty verse. We come in peace, to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, my fellow West Africans, South Africans, North Africans, and East Africans, but to feed off it, comment section. We do not support the oppressors, and neither shall we feel for the oppressed, and neither shall we tolerate anyone in chat who dares seek peace on these grounds. We shall sit and witness Call of Duty and rest. My favorite congregation says amen.
Amen to that, and with that, we're going to jump over to the main stage where we can see these teams walk up. So cutting over to Ribeira.
Good job, and Jordan. I'm here at the Alto Violence that Eugene said. This is where it's going to be happening. Right here, you can see the big championship cup. This is what they're playing for, and the prize pool of $15,000, my brother, my sister. We are about to see some amazing Call of Duty action, but now it's time to call up the teams. First up, coming all the way from God to compete here in Nairobi, Kenya. Make your way to the stage. Aura 233. It's about to go down. There we have R233 coming. Let's talk to the team captain first as you come in. I'll talk to the team captain of the other one set up. Pick your stage right or left. Team captain, how you guys feeling? Look at them. Looking all confident. Look at their lineup. Look at the players are ready to play. It's about to go down. Alright, so who am I talking to? Let's talk about some 1 and 2s about your team right here. Who am I addressing today? Alright, team captain, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good, feeling really confident, and I know that we're here to win.
You're here to win. We've seen you dominant in the Ghanaian team. The rumor is you didn't drop a single map.
Yeah, we didn't drop a single map. I mean, our team chemistry, our strategies, everything was just far too superior for the rest of the Ghanaians to keep up with. We're just here to prove that it's also far too superior for the rest of Africa.
3 questions. Ghanaian jollof, Nigerian jollof.
Of course, Ghanaian jollof.
Ghanaian football, Nigerian football.
Ghanaian football.
Ghanaian music, Nigerian music.
Ghanaian music.
Ghanaian Call of Duty Mobile or Nigerian Call of Duty Mobile?
Ghanaian Call of Duty Mobile.
Alright, let's find out today. Give it up for them as they make it up down to this playing station right now. It's about to go down right there. They can pick their side. They walk past the trophies right there. They're the team for where we just talked to Ruin, and you can see them all dressed up ready for the Carry First African Cup. But now our brothers from the green and white, our Nigerian brothers are here today. Can we please have Sierra 7 make your way to the stage? It's about to go down. I'm really excited. You can feel the energy in the room. You can feel the palpable tension as they walk in. Not even looking to the side of the Ghanaians. Oh, don't touch the trophy. That might be a curse. Don't touch the trophy just yet. Don't touch it. You have to earn it. Alright, who am I talking to, Team Sierra 7? Alright, we see the captain right here. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling very good.
We've had a lot of talk about Nigerian jollof and Nigerian music. Do you like to respond to those comments?
Nah, I wouldn't like to respond to that.
You don't like to respond to that? You're just here for business?
Just for business, strictly here to win.
Alright, one last question. We saw you go to the losers bracket and go right back up. How are you gonna avoid going back in that situation in this tournament? Do you think you can avoid it takes to start on a winning momentum?
The way we can avoid that is just like starting the game full throttle. That's it.
Alright, There we have it. It's the West African Derby. Team Sierra 7, make your way to the stage. Frost's team, Aura 2-3. The stage is set. The trophy is right there. It's the first matchup. Now we're going to go back to our castles. Mr. Eugene Abu Dhabi, the amazing chart is also down there. The stage is set. The players are picking the teams and their modes and their equipment. Let's see what goes down. Welcome to the Carry Frost African Cup.
Wow. Proper intro there. Let's just go straight
to UFC or something, man. It was crazy.
Right?
I was getting ready for a fight there. It was awesome.
Let's just jump straight into this map choices. We have Hardpoint on Apocalypse. That's where we're headed. Hardpoint. I get Hardpoint on Apocalypse. We've seen that. It's been a regular trend in the qualifiers. Actually, yeah, the number of times we've seen that in the qualifiers have been. What I don't understand is S&D on Kurohana.
I haven't had the pleasure of casting Kurohana yet, so it's going to be a first for me, but I am looking forward to it. But I actually just want to quickly jump back to that Hardpoint on Apocalypse. I think it's such a high pick rate because it's one of the few games, or maps rather, that you can really control the flow of the map with your positioning. I mean, you tend to see a lot of chaos around the first two, maybe even the third hill, but on Apocalypse, if you set the tone from P1, where you get a good amount of time, and you get those spawns, then you can sort of snowball your way right through to the end, and you're just smiling from ear to ear, and then you tend to see one team fighting for scraps while one team is just sitting pretty in the hill. And I think going with the two play styles of these two teams, looking at Aura, I had a chance to chat to them beforehand. They spoke a lot about their pace, and their pace is a lot higher than all the other teams. Apparently, I mean, this is all hearsay. And the side of Sierra 7, where they are super tactical and super structured, it's sort of like the old stone and spear conundrum, where a hard object hits a hard object, and there's got to be collateral either way. So right now we get to see which way it goes.
And right now, Control on Arsenal, that choice of map, explain.
Well,
please.
My favorite. I think if you are able to split your resources correctly, going on attack and defense. Obviously, in Control, you tend to see defense being the favored side, as you tend to get close to the points. But if you are a good attacking team, which I imagine both these teams are, and you can split your resources or potentially throw the playbook out the window and maybe send all the players to 1 point, get those ticks, extend the clock, and then you are already in the driver's seat going forwards.
All I know is we're expecting a proper brawl here, these two teams. And for those in chat, thank you for joining the stream for the Carry First Africa Cup final. We know you're eager to get this game started. You keep saying, Omo, this guy's no talk now. What in be this now? No, just, we have to talk, my guys. The guys have to get ready in the lobbies. They have to get ready. What do you expect? We can't just start an event like this willy-nilly. It has to start on ceremony. This is holy ground, hallowed ground, man.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, we didn't come out here to play, we came out here to talk, so talk we shall.
And here we go. This is, again, Aura 233 versus Sierra 7 to kick us off. Because, again, the mode, by the way, we did speak, this is best of threes. This group stages will be best of threes. Best of threes in these group stages. Also, first to two, essentially. Then we get to the semi-finals, which will be best of fives. And then our final, our grand final for the grand Moolah will be best of 7.
Yes, so the typical mobile tournament layout, as you can see now, we are still in the group stages, but I have a couple of talking points here from both teams. I asked them specifically, I got to Aura first, obviously, and I asked them who are they looking out for, who they're going to try and shut down the first and the most when they go into this head-to-head, and unanimously, they all said Virus. So they've all got their eyes on Virus, and I think their game plan is to play fast and kill Virus. On the other side, Sierra said they're not worried about anyone. So that confidence is crazy to me. I mean, you got to go into it with a winning mentality. We always talk about how the mental game is pretty much 80% of the match before you even start. And right now, Sierra, these guys are cool, calm, and collected. A bunch of cucumbers on stage, if you ask me.
Yeah, from their tone, their demeanor, you could tell. They didn't want to say much. They didn't want to say much, nothing. This squad, you can see it on your screens right now. Virus, Tipsy, Life, Santi, and Sage, the gladiators towing the line for Sierra 7 today in this kickoff brawl. Let's just call it what it is, a brawl. That is what it is. This is neighbors dueling. You could not write this.
It feels like we're going to be watching chess, football, a little bit of martial arts maybe. Excuse me, anyways, yeah, so a couple more points to talk about here. There are a fair few new players on the side of Aura that haven't had the experience of LAN before, and you know, they are sitting opposite one another on the main stage, so that could play a part into it. Where you think about those first game jitters, you've got to work out exactly where you stand with your teammates, excuse me, and the enemy team. So there's a lot of things you work out in the first map. even the first set of rotations in Hardpoint, we'll get to see these two teams really feel each other out on an even playing field, because there is no more, now he's got better connection, he's playing from here. They're sitting opposite each other, all on the same network, so as even as it gets, that's what we've got here.
Yeah. The squad for Nigeria, the team from Nigeria, CR7, a few changes there. But I think there's only one change here. Maybe the change in name, but still, my view, having seen both of these teams play, rather evenly matched. I'm expecting something rather even. I'm expecting the Hardpoint will be even, by the way. Just completely following each other on the scores. Right now,
like a game of ping pong.
Yeah, game of ping pong. All right.
Okay, just a quick update from the admins upstairs. We have another technical issue with the players getting into the lobby, so we'll be right back after this quick break.
Hey dude, it's so good to finally meet you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. To be honest.
I think it was Instagram or TikTok, one of them, and I was absolutely stunned. Quick question, how long did this take for you to make?
This took me actually like a month to do.
A month?
A month of solid like hard work.
So this was like every day just working on this for a full month?
For a full month, yeah, every day working on it, while still like balancing school and everything, yeah.
Help me understand, what made you decide that you wanted to create something like this?
I'm a Call of Duty pro player.
Okay, so you play professionally?
Yeah, I play professionally. I used to play for CR7. So the need to actually like align my heart with my gaming, career was what motivated, this artwork. And it needs to actually like create something for the community, do my own bits for the community.
But you talk about combining your career with gaming, and I'm just curious, how long have you been painting, for example?
So I've always known how to draw. I've always known how to like, it's like talent. But 2020 was when I actively started putting in more effort.
2020, so that's 4 years now.
That's 4 years now. During the lockdown, it just like, oh, what can I do to keep myself, busy? And that's where I like, stay like improving on my heart. Yeah.
So 4 years to get this good is not easy.
But yeah, it's just been like constant growth, constant practicing, and putting in the work.
What you've done really symbolizes the reason why we started the Africa Cup in the first place.
Yeah.
It's not just a tournament for players to come in, play, win money, and go their way. That's great, and that should happen. But it's really about the stories.
Yes.
We want not just the players, but the fans and the audience to all experience this tournament in different ways, get different moments, like you have your moments, and not just get these stories to themselves, but also find really interesting ways to tell those stories back to other people, such that the tournament can be done, but the stories live longer and the stories live on, and that's what's super important. This is already eternal work you're creating here, and many more people are going to keep creating it because they're inspired by what you're doing. So thank you so much, and we really do appreciate it.
Thank you too for your time. Always carry first.
There we go. All right, thank you so much, man.
They say that the audio is not there, that there's a bit of an audio issue, that you can't hear me, but it's being sorted. We're being sorted. We are being sorted right now, and we are ready to go for this grand final, the first matchup, Hardpoint on Apocalypse. This is Sierra 7 versus Aura 233.
100%. I mean, it's nothing quite like working in Africa, right? I mean, you couldn't make this up on the fly, so you just got to take it in your stride, and that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, we can talk about a couple of things here that I have written down. The fact that Sierra 7 didn't want to tell me any of their maps that they were trying to get a hold of. Well, we're going to have a look at that now, because they did say to me they have a lot of maps they're good at, and that's what they're going to try and pick towards. But we are loading into the lobby as we speak, and we'll be bringing you from P1, I imagine.
Yeah, P1, I imagine. We should just go straight into the game now. The match should have started. We're going straight into it. Here we go. This is it. As it looks that the point right now is currently the way of Aura 233. A bit of an internet issue, I assume.
Looks like we're having some technical issues.
This is an internet issue. That's an internet issue, but we'll hold for a second. They're restarting the game. Yep, restart, 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 restart. That's that. That was an internet issue. Slowly, they're restarting the game. That should be seconds. That should be seconds. Either way, we're restarting the game. Meanwhile, we'll be back in about 60 seconds.
And then we'll be going straight into it. You won't have to hear us yap about things we've already yapped about. So we'll see you guys just after this.
And welcome back. Technically 60 seconds.
In Africa time.
Yeah, technically.
In Africa time, we are here.
We're here. It's better late than never, and we are here and finally ready to go. Let's go jumping straight into the lobby. The players can start the game now. This is a hard point on Apocalypse to start us off. Aura 233 versus Sierra 7.
For the slight glimpse we had into the first game before the reset, it did look like Aura was looking pretty devious on the stage, so we're going to have to wait and see if they can replicate that now that no one's lagging. I know there's been a lot of talk about servers and everything like that, but unfortunately you've got to play the hand you were dealt, and right now we are trying to do our best, keeping our poker faces on as we load into Apocalypse.
We're getting straight into Apocalypse. Jump into the lobby we go. We're going to take that feed momentarily coming for you. This should find us on the hill number 1. Take the feed as we go into the first hill. That should come up right now. There we go. Here we are.
Okay, I think we're finally ready to go, and we can cast it on off, and we've got the first second going the way of Aura here. We're doing very, very well. The trades working out relatively in favor of them, but no one really taking control here. But if you have a look at the minimap there, you can see they are keeping P2 spawns as best they can.
And right now, Sierra 7 utterly frustrated on hill number 1. Right now, trying to regain any second right now. The contest coming through, but barely for a second right now. This is Sunflower. Doing a round of roses, but dropped immediately by Santi. Santi immediately dropped by Ruin, who returned the favor. Who returned the favor? Virus comes through to spoil the party. Sage comes through to drop Hustle. What is happening? 25 on 14, and finally Sierra 7 claimed their stake on the hill.
And they have one rotation, and I think that came off the back of a interesting overextension coming out of Aura there, where they might flip themselves out and inadvertently given the spawns open of Sierra 7. As you can see, I love a good old popcorn on the map as he gets a double, and the kill feed lights up blue as Sierra 7 take back P2 with a vengeance.
And finally Sierra 7 catching up on the scoreline. They hold a full 20 seconds right before Aura 233 come through to reclaim the hill. Now they start garnering their points on the hill. It's their scrap time coming through. They try to hold their line. That's Ruin charging the responsibility of the objective there. Can he hold the line for the yellows of Aura 233?
Well, they've got to be able to play this perfectly as the spawns have flipped once again back in favor of Aura, whereas Sierra is now trying to push in for the last little bit of scrap time here, but you've got to be able to play your life correctly, because you don't want to flip again as we go over towards P3 now. It's going to be a massive 1v1 on the point, but Babshuka with the 3-piece as now Aura lighting up the feed, getting kills left, right and center, not looking to slow down anytime soon.
Right now Babushka getting that kill, but look at Ruin's numbers, 9 kills already. The scoreline 60 on 29 says all. It's a lead, but it's a thin lead, but a lead nonetheless for Aura 233 there. Look at them, calm, collected over there with those brand new Samsung S24s. Okay, one of them was holding a different one, but hey, the scoreline tells the story of dominance. But right now it is Sierra 7 in the line on the hill. for a few seconds. 20 seconds in, the contest comes through. 62 on 45. Pretty close as Sierra 7 tries to catch up, mitigate the gap, mitigate disaster, try to keep it close.
As close as they can, they get a couple of kills that don't work out in their favor, as it's going to be Aura 233 that simply wiped them out of the points, and now looking firmly towards P4, and as you can see, they have secured the spawns for it. Again, there are so many things in this moving game that you have to take into consideration. How you break the point, how you keep the point, and how you're going to get set up for the next point. As you can see, Sierra 7 caught on the back foot here, as they actually can't get their ball rolling. They have a couple of players really struggling. I mean, we have a player on 4 kills, I'm not sure who that is, I think it's actually Virus. No, Sati is now currently on 4 kills, struggling a little bit, and that's going to come back to bite them. As you can see, they are just scrambling, crafting at scores here as we go over towards P4, and now you get to see a bit of a setup forming from the side of Aura as the kill feed continues to rain orange.
Look at the bottom corner of the minimap. This respawns completely, frustration being delivered successfully by Aura 233, who've held the hill for a complete 20 seconds so far. They've hit the 100 mark, the 100 point mark there, 108 on 49, and the minimap tells the story as suddenly Sierra 7 finding themselves on the back foot by a 50 point margin. They're trying to reclaim on the next hill that's rotating. The rotations will be the name of the game here, and Aura 233 certainly holding the line so far, almost a full 60, barely losing seconds on that current hill. Where will they rotate net? What will happen here?
P5 we go, the final hill in the first set of rotations. Actually, excuse me, we're going back to P1 now, as we're going to be rounding it off here, trying to see if they can figure out exactly what they want to do. But in terms of map control, it has just been Aura left, right and center. As you can tell, they had lost spawns in that fight for P4, but it doesn't matter, they simply regained them. Even when they were cleared out of the point, it felt as though the side of Sierra just wasn't picking up time. There was just too much white time there for my liking, and it's coming back to bite them as they're almost down 100 points now, and they are not slowing down any time. The only saving grace that I would say in the second set of rotations, it does look like the boys in blue have managed to secure the spawns.
The contest coming through, and so are the streaks, raining complete hell into the hill right now. Those streaks coming through at the right time, still claiming dominance for Aura 233, whose margin has grown significantly. The contest come through, and momentarily Sierra 7 have the hill, but can they hold the line? That is the question. 57 points is where they stand. The contest come through, but again from Aura 233, who want to take back. They say no, this is ours, and they do for the final 10 seconds to try and hit that 150 point mark, itching closer to 200, which is GG's somewhere at 250. Come on, this is not exactly where we expected it to start.
Well, I think we spoke about their playstyle, and they have done a fantastic job of keeping their momentum, playing as aggressively as possible, and I think they've really flustered Sierra 7, because even though Sierra 7 has such a tactical advantage in terms of their strats, they just can't get control when they need it. Having said that, they have found a bit of time here, and the kills are working out, but that comes off the back of extreme utility investment. They have used all of their streaks just about, and their specialist weapons, so the claw you saw there a second ago, but it doesn't matter. Virus finds a 3-piece, but we get to see Hustle finds one, but can't find any more. We get to see some streaks now being called in. Eventually, a sigh of relief for all of the S7 fans, as P2 looking pretty much perfect as they've held it down, maybe finding a bit more of an even footing in this battle.
And right now, 90 points on 154 to try and catch up to the gap and mitigate the gap, repay the debt that was already there. They need to hold another 2 full 60s, right? They need to hold another 2 hills for a full 60 to try and catch up to that 160 point margin. Honestly.
Bit of a crazy spawn coming out the back end there, but it does look like it's found its way back in favor of Aura here as we go over towards P3, and they have a massive one to win. We get to see some more streaks. Kill feed blue though on this rotation. The rotational kills looking fantastic for the side of Sierra as they managed to find a full team wipe, and are finding a few more around the point. A huge battle from Santi as he must have heard me calling him out, as he certainly picked up his game and started getting a couple of kills. More specialist utility being invested now from the side of Aura as you get to see that Sparrow coming out. But right now, it does look like the driver's seat has been taken over by the boys over at Sierra 7.
If Sierra 7 managed to thin this gap, if they managed to pull back a comeback, Trout, I might have another child. I promise you. This comeback might be epic. They had fallen behind by so huge of a margin, and right now they're holding the line right now. Sending full bodies. Look at the minimap there. Getting there is the yellows for Aura 233. Yes, it is. It's Sunflower denying access to the bodies in Sierra 7 who get dropped Tipsy life get dropped in quick succession. Access completely denied for the final 4 seconds as Aura 233 in a hurry to close out this hardpoint matchup.
Well, there's a huge one-on-one at the back of the map, and it looks like it has just gone the way of Aura here. For the first time, we get to see them win a rotation in the second set of rotations here, but you can see everything and the kitchen sink, including a gravity vortex being put onto the point here, as the boys in Sierra 7 are trying their best to survive this absolute bombardment onto P4 we go. Backwards and forwards, trades working out here. It's Ruin who comes out on top, but Tipsy with another Sparrow investment here. It looks like the boys at Sierra 7 have managed to find a good amount of time going into P4, and they need this time as they cannot afford to show an inch of weakness here. Otherwise they're going to get...
What's all this then? What's all this that the boys in blue have found their footing? This is Virus holding steady, sneaky, hiding behind the rock, waiting. Go on, but no, not this time. It's Ruin to spoil the party. Ruin literally ruins that party. Come through. This is yellow for the final 10 seconds to try and hit 200, but they're showing signs of life, Sierra 7. Do not be mistaken, they will not go down without a fight. The players locked in. You can see that on your screens. This is game day.
Well, it doesn't get any closer like than this. You said it was going to be a blow-for-blow type game, and that's exactly what's happening here. Still about 30 seconds between the two teams. Climbing towards 200 is going to be the boys in Aura 233. I'm not entirely sure. I think we might be having a few more network errors here.
No.
But it's so nice being in a live environment, as you can hear the players getting hyped up as they start getting these kills. 3 players go down for the side of Sierra 7, and it's going to be 200 points now under the belt of Aura 233, and they are looking to close it out here as they are fighting for those P2 spawns, and in fact they've just secured them.
But Aura, that's Sierra 7 rather, they will not go down quietly, trying to reclaim the hill, trying to get that scrap time. The contests come through, but they cannot get it. Ruin doing his job of ruining the party for Sierra 7 right now for the final 10 seconds. They are at 215 right now, almost at GG's. The flips coming through. Who gets there to the next hill? Who gets to rotate early? I see yellow bodies getting to the next hill right now. It almost might be it.
Well, Aura only needing 30 seconds here, and they have the first bit of time pretty much under lockdown here, but they have been opened up for a bit of a pinch play if they don't manage to keep their spawns. That's exactly what's going to happen here. We get to see every bit of utility, as this is where it gets desperate for Sierra 7. They have to find a break into this point, otherwise it is going to be GG's. But if you have Ruin finding the 3 things, it is not possible, as even though you get to see a few more kills going their way, 8 seconds, last push realistically from Sierra 7. They have to break the point right now. No one is close. Contest actually, no, never count your eggs before they lay, but it's going to be Aura. 3-3 closing it out. The Battle of West Africa, first blood drawn by Aura 233.
Wow. Wow. There were signs of life in that Sierra 7 squad. We saw it. They had fallen behind by more than 100 points already. And for a moment, we almost said the C word, comeback.
It was very close. It was moments away, but I think the beauty of Aura there is they managed to play their game a little bit better than Sierra 7. You get to see what Sierra 7 looks like when they're in their prime, playing the game the way they want it. That's controlling spawns, having a good setup. Because the moment they have that good setup, they're getting the kills, kill feed completely blue. But the moment they get flustered and they can't match the tempo that Aura brings, especially if Ruin, who fears no evil, pushes out P2 into Cave and finds a 3-piece, I mean, how do you match that?
How do you match that? Honestly, some questions meant to be answered in Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy. We'll be back with S&D later. We've noticed a few. Yeah, sure. There were a few internet issues now and then. Of course, they're going to try and resort the lobby to try and make sure that the players are clear before they jump straight into that S&D. Yeah, but for now, based on what we've seen on that hardpoint matchup, there was complete dominance. What you said, what did you say? You talked about Aura 233 with their fast style of play. That's exactly what we just saw.
100%. They played their game and they played it a bit better than Sierra 7. But this is where the huge spanner comes in. We're going to a game mode where if you play quickly, you are often punished. So S&D is where communication and teamwork is completely key. I don't care what anyone says. Your life is worth 10 enemy lives. If you can find information, figure out exactly where the enemy team wants to get set up to get that bomb down, and you get away with your life, you've pretty much already won that round for your team. So I'm curious to see whether or not we're going to see the same tempo coming out of Aura 233 in this SD, where they're going to be flying towards their opponents, or it's going to be a bit more calm, reserved, where they have to play. And we always talk about finding out the information at the start of the rounds, finding that first blood, and then working towards your strengths. Whereas now we're going to a map that I'm not too familiar with. And
this is Kurhana.
What is the sniping like on this map?
Honestly, it's not that great. It's not exactly a sniper-friendly map. It's based off a mini-map coming off a main Battle Royale map within Call of Duty Mobile.
Okay.
So it's literally pulled off the Battle Royale map and fixed into a multiplayer map. So we're about to see what it will feel like for, SND, and maybe we'll see who chooses to snipe, who'll be ballsy enough to go with a sniper.
But I think that's a very good point that you brought up there. If it's not a very sniper favorite map and you don't have very many long lanes to hold down, that's Aura's playing field, man. Because they want to get up close and personal, they want to be in your face. So if you're able to find those quick routes, which is I assume they're going to try and do, Sierra 7 might be in trouble here. They might have actually lost the vetoes in terms of which are their favorite maps. But they're supposed to be good on all maps. Maybe their confidence might be a little bit misplaced.
I don't want to put in the commentator's curse and start speaking as to the player's mentality. We can only speculate for now what was going into into their mentality right now. But honestly, from what we saw on Hardpoint, there were it seemed like a nerve issue. From Hill 1 to Hill 2, there was very little action from the side of Sierra 7.
Well, it could maybe a nerve thing, maybe a bit of just trying to get that first game jitters out. And I think mentally, the moment they started figuring out what they wanted to do and they got a little bit more calm, maybe they had one of the players take charge, the IGL really taking over, explaining to them what they have to do. The door just slammed. What they have to do, the game sort of changed a little bit more towards their favor here, but going into a game mode like SD, you can't allow that to happen. Any moment of hesitation or weakness is going to be capitalized on, because you only have one life, you can't respawn, so you got to be able to be a force to be reckoned with on the map from the get-go. You can't rely on clutches, because I always say this, lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
Yep.
So even if there is an insane clutch, which is entirely a possibility, especially with the caliber of player we have here, it can't happen more than once. You cannot rely on one or two players. It has to be a full team effort. And right now, Ruin, he's the man who's made it happen for Aura. But having said that, if we had a quick look at those stats, I'm not sure if we can bring them back up, it did look like it was an even spread coming out of Aura, where there were a couple of players really struggling from Sierra, and I think maybe that was another point of difference that we didn't really touch on.
So based on what we've seen, what we expect in SND, we may not understand the map as well. We may not be able to gauge what kind of gameplay we'll see off the map, but the players, we know the players. What we expect here, a change of turn, especially from Sierra 7. What radical changes? Because radical changes need to happen now. This is a bad place to find yourself in a best of threes. You don't have much of a cushion.
You got to win this or you
have to.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. So this is there's questions raised here about the style of play in an SND, which is you can't just depend on your slayers in the team.
100%.
This is all
you send your slayer out there, he might get one or none, but if he gets traded immediately, maybe that gets you a bit of information, but if you can't use that information effectively, then what's the point, right? Then you're just throwing like farts in the wind.
SND is the Tinder of game modes, honestly. It's so communication based. It's like a relationship. The relationship of the team is tested on Search and Destroy.
On Team Chem, how they play around each other, and I've always spoken about this. Your gun skill can be the best in the business, but if your team chemistry and your team coordination is not, you can be shooting as straight as you want. If the enemy team knows how to counter that, i.e. being able to get a good setup, you'll be running into their iron sights every single time, and then what is it worth? Absolutely nothing. So we cannot rely on one or two players. You've got to wait for your whole team. Sure, you can rely on maybe an insane clutch where it does come up with a massive bit of weight on your shoulders if you put into that position, but we're going to be testing our theories about what we've yapped, so we'll be loading into Kurhana Metropolis, and it's going to be game number 2, SND.
SND, a vital game here for Sierra 7, literally a must win, do or die game here for Sierra 7. This is it for them.
100%.
This is not a good place to find yourself, but any calm, and they're pros they're on this stage right now because they're pros. They know how to. They've been in this situation before.
They're the best on the I was almost at the country. Well, we know they're the best in the country, but they are certainly the best on the continent. And they're here to prove it. So we're just waiting for them to load up that lobby. I'm pretty sure we are ready to go. Bringing it to you here live from Nairobi, Kenya.
Live from Nairobi, Kenya. Hopefully lag fixed. They say in the comment section. I see a lot of people spamming Aura 233 and S7 in their fans. The Aura 233 fans are really going at it in the comments.
I think that they're here to prove a point, right? Because they are Aura 233 having new players on there, that's sort of like, it can go two ways. It can be these new players struggle or they take over, and right now it does look like they're doing a fantastic job of taking over, but we are loading into the game as we speak. Like I said, S&D on Kuruhana.
Again, my goodness, that map choice is
mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling at best. This is it. S&D, personal favorite. I want to see who's sniping. Who has the balls, the cojones to actually try any snipes here? Who has the cojones to try? What's the first thing we expect here?
Well, it looks like an interesting turn of events here as utility used, information now gained. Bomb has, well, rather needs to go down on attack. It is going to be the side of Aura 233. And blood now drawn by Ruin and Gamebay. But the trades, it looks like a game of TDM. I eat my words about being strategical right now. It's a 1v2 for
Babushka there. Now holding steady. The responsibility of the bomb is on him. Responsibility of the bomb is on Babushka over there. And now Life and Santi on the hunt. Babushka.
He wants to be a snake.
Slow and steady. This man, this myth, this legend. Sneaky, sneaky. Prone. Here we go.
And we'll catch you in the next round.
Oh my goodness.
Down and out, 1v1 now. Massive first blood in this 1v2. 54 seconds to work with. He has done the big brain play here. One thing we must mention, we need to keep our casting down to a minimal in S&D as we can give positional plays out, and we don't want that. So right now, still 1v1, a lot of information to be gained.
This is Santi now. Santi and Babushka. 1v1, the bomb goes down. Information not down yet for Santi, who doesn't know where he is. Holding a spear, going melee with that Type 19 as well. The automaton in hand. SMG for Babushka, the switchblade X9. This is it. 1v1, 30 seconds. Bomb down. All on Santi to take action. Either defuse, ninja defuse, or straight up gunfight. This is Babushka. Oh my god, why? Why?
The timing, man. COD timing. You cannot make this up. You don't check your corners. Captain Fast said you got to check your corners or you're going to be taken out. And that's exactly what happened here. Fantastic start to that 1v2 coming out of Babushka. But unfortunately, the clutch going the way of S7. Good way to get back into this game as it's only one round. But you know, they say the Colosseum was built one brick at a time, and you got to win SD one round at a time.
You can't make all the perfect decisions, can you? He made the right decision, but until he literally turned around at the wrong moment. And now, responsibility for the bomb borne by Babushka yet again for Aura 233. On defense, this is Sierra 7. Tipsy falls first blood to Ruin.
And that was a sniper. Let it be known that the sniper, we have two snipers on the side of S7, the first sniping battle going the way of Aura, and we get to see a bit more aggression coming out of Aura 223. It doesn't look like they intend to slow down whatsoever. Santi looking for the double, Santi can't find it. So now we are in a 3 versus 4 situation. Bomb yet to go down.
This is Babushka yet again with plenty of backup. Following Sunflower. They're about to meet, they're about to come to a head here. Oh Lord! Well, haircut!
Yeah, free haircuts from Life as he'll be stealing your life, putting it into a 3 versus 3. Fantastic way to answer back, and now the close range fight's gonna break on out, but Hustle breaks some ankles and some cameras, gets the kill. 2v2.
Here we go. This is it. 2v2 now. Evenly matched. Sierra 7 looking for that redemption story. Babushka with a near clutch in the previous round. Holding the bomb, responsibility borne. Hustle in tow, backing him up. Covering his 6.
The bomb has been planted.
Life and Sage rather, getting the info. Sage with that LW3 Tundra. Let's just see if he can do anything with that.
Well, he has to find the correct angle to potentially get this 2v2 going, but the clock is ticking. So technically speaking, we are in a 2 versus 3 as the clock is playing against them. What is it? You cannot be losing those, Babushka, but the trade is instant. 1v1, Hustle gets taken out, Sage coming out on top, and it's going to be another round off the back of an insane clutch going the way of Sierra 7.
Are you kidding me? This is Storybook beginning. Sierra 7 staking their claim. They have a statement to make. Do not judge us off hardpoint.
But it's clutches, eh? Remember, these have come off the back of clutches. We've got to be careful that it can't go down to that every single time. Lightning has now struck twice for them.
Oh my
goodness. Caster's curse has been broken. But we go into the next round. Still in attack to the Aura as they try to find their way forwards. And first blood now drawn by Hustle. Looking for another.
Let's go. This is Hustle yet again. Round the corner. Check your corners. Near miss there. Sunflower
Bomb down
falls. Bomb is down. Oh, 40 seconds to take action. Oh.
We are shooting peanuts apparently as we're getting people down to 1 HP, but it's going to be Sage who finds another, making it a 3 versus 4 right now, but the kills working out. P4! Well, make it a 0 versus 4, as it does look like Life has got his turn and burn on as he gets that kill and another round. And that time it wasn't a clutch, as it was simply a retake. S7 now finding their footing in this map.
If you had any doubts about Sierra 7, there's your answer. There is your answer. They did not want to say much pre-match interviews. There is your answer. A 3-0 to begin with. SND Kurohana.
On defense, so they have had the advantage of that, but either way they're doing a fantastic job. First set of trades gone out, a lot of nades being thrown, but it's still a 4 versus 4. Virus up close. My God! We're going to be having 4 pieces, potentially, but not quite, as it's going to come down to a 1 versus 2 for Ruin to clutch on up with that sniper in hand. But they do know where he is, the caller that has come out, and he has to stay alive here and go pick up that bomb. It has been placed in a pretty precarious position. But I'm pretty sure the side of SCM knows that they're just going to be playing around it.
I want to stay with Ruin. I want to stay with Ruin with this Tundra. I just want to see another haircut. Please, please give us a haircut. Something. I'm here for the mayhem. Just wait. Sneaky, sneaky man trying to find the info. It's a 1v2.
Oh my goodness! He's got a second, but he gets tagged up to a ball here, but he is alive for now. First blood now drawn. 1 minute to work with. Has to go fetch that bomb and get the kills.
Dear Lord, wish granted. Ruin is a genie. He heard us. Now he just has to do it one more time.
We got the bomb.
Picked up the bomb. 40 seconds to take action and plant it. Put it down. On the other side, this is Tipsy trying to get that info. Tipsy trying to get the info now. Steady. Ruin taking it slow. Now switches to the automaton.
Oh my goodness, the timing, the timing! Okay, I guess we are going to be the turn and burn from Ruin.
3-1.
Back into this game we go.
3-1.
Destroy the objective.
There are Aura 233 with a text message. We are still here to play.
Smoke out.
Throwables right out the gate to try and catch anyone. Pure luck here. Trophy systems down.
Maybe not luck, but certainly probing for a bit of information at the very least.
Yeah, fair enough.
As we tend to see the teams try to find a bit of information, look for that first blood before they rotate. But right now, it looks like both teams just trying to get a little bit more map control. Ruin with that sniper in hand, but he doesn't check his angles correctly. First blood now drawn, followed up by a second. 2 players will fall to start this round. Aura already on the back foot.
Oh, that's Santi.
Sunflower finds 1, 2 versus 4.
There we go. Babushka tries to claim a 2 for the price of 1, but falls to Virus instead. Completely exposed, and Game Bay falls last to Sage. Sierra 7 extending their lead there. 4-1.
Again, the rounds that have gone the way of Aura, that only being 1, has come back with an insane clutch. So this is where we speak about the 2 types of game style. The side of Sierra playing how they want to play with more structure, and it is coming out and showing off exactly what COD Mobile is supposed to look like.
We love our haircuts, don't we?
Indeed.
We're looking
fresh
for that. Yeah, fresh one, fresh fade. None as of yet. No one has fallen first blood in this round. Oh, it's Ruin. Commentator's curse falls to a haircut from Sage.
Life count now advantage to Sierra 7.
Notice the consistency in Babushka having the role of putting down the bomb. Consistency in the comp there. Notice that Hustle drops Santi, who was facing the wrong way.
Oh
Pats him on the back.
Oh my word! Oh, you can't be losing those! Well, regardless, the bomb now planted. 45 seconds to work with. 3 versus 3.
This is Hustle still straight out the gate and lose it. How? What? Face first into that sniper from Sage, and Life 2 for the price of 1. Babushka and Game Bay dropped to finally give Sierra 7 the defuse.
5-1 up now.
5-1 up.
If we're being honest, I do not want to play S7 on S&D.
Oh my lord.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
That was a massive 2-piece coming out of Life there, and I think that was the difference maker, right? They just got that ball rolling. They even managed to get the bomb down that being Aura 223, but they have not been able to find an ounce of control in this game.
You just made Sierra 7 angry. Chat made Sierra 7 angry. That hardpoint match, clearly a proper motivator. Whatever changes they made, radical as they are, they're working. Oh, life falls, first blood to Babushka. The trades come through. Virus drops Sunflower. 2 for the price of 1. Virus falls to Babushka. Ruin drops Tipsy. It's a 4v2.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to say that this map is quite defender orientated. As you can see, it
is.
Feels like a different game altogether, as the side of Aura now with an undisputed round there. I think they lost 1 player in it, so defense definitely favored here on this S&D map, but the teams that win the attacks are generally the teams that win. And you can see right now there has been 1 round that Aura 223 won, but Sierra 7 is certainly not out of this by any stretch of the imagination, as they are still sitting pretty good. 3-round advantage, but we are tagging.
Oh my lord!
Getting killed.
Haircut. Sage drops Gameway. This S&D matchup, proper entertainment for all 700, 800 people on the live stream right now. 5-2 is where it stands as Sage waiting it again, but the
we are dancing, we are testing to see what is being held, and right now it looks like it is going to be a bit of a slow and steady retake. Maybe some connection issues here, I'm not entirely sure.
Either way, this is 5-2 in favor of Sierra 7. Sierra 7 who are on the back foot this whole time, coming through here, making a statement. Sunflower waiting in the wings, corner to corner. Nobody, no sudden moves. Oh, this might be a network issue, and it's fixed. There we go, reconnected.
Well, off the back of that, it does look like Life was able to find another kill. 2 players down for the side of Aura 233, and the bomb being planted, so it is technically a 6v3.
Full Sierra 7 squad versus a 3-man Aura 233. Oh, haircut from Sage. I'd love to see more of those from Sage, and that is Santi and Virus doing their job, dropping Ruin Babushka.
Oh, that's 6 rounds now to the side of Sierra 7, 1 away from closing it out here, as they are being a dominant force on S&D. And again, I think it speaks, absolute echoes the mentality of their gameplay, as they are doing exactly what they want to do. It's being structured, and they are capitalizing on the map control, even within attack or defense, it doesn't matter. They are playing how they want to play.
This is 1 away from Sierra 7 redeeming themselves. Life and Virus falls. 2 for the price of 1. 3 piece. 4? No, it's 3. 3 piece for Gameway. What?
That was a ludicrous play. He knows the bomb is down. He finds the first 3 bloods. That has got to be a serious mental blow for the side of Sierra 7, because every single one of those kills should have gone the way of 7.
Oh, Sage doing Sage things with that sniper. Yet again drops Hustle. I'd love to catch Sage again on his perspective. Tipsy here doing his job, catches Ruin.
Well, 1 kill at a time. They are certainly working their way back into this 2v3 clutch. 1 player now tagged up. That was Tipsy, but he's alive, gets away with his life, but they have to go fetch that bomb, as you can see Aura guarding it with their lives, quite literally.
Sierra, this is Sage.
Sage! My goodness, 2v2! You can never count S7 out, especially with Sage on the side.
Do not peek, Johnny boy. Do not peek on Sage! Do not! Repeat offender.
Oh my goodness, Babushka! Well, ankle's broken. Now a 1 versus 2 for Sunflower to clutch, which was initially a 5 versus 2. First blood now drawn, 1v1 now. All pressure in the world. Oh my goodness! Not gonna be. Oh, what the hell? That is Sunflower. Sunflower came out.
Sunflower came out of nowhere.
Well, it was a bit of a visual glitch for me there, as it was actually the side of Aura 233 that came out on top.
It's 6-3.
6-3, getting back into this game, but they need to keep their momentum. They cannot lose even 1 round, as they'll be sending themselves into a game 3.
Oh my goodness.
So now they have to play some perfect S&D.
They really have to play some perfect S&D from here on out. You cannot afford to be having first blood if you're Aura, and is Aura. Hustle drop, Gameway follows.
Well, the ball now firmly rolling downhill for the side of S7.
Sage traded in.
Oh, well, he gets taken up by Rune, and we get to see
Rune
with another 2 snipes quickly. 1v3 now. As Santi finds a double, make it a 1v2.
1v2 now.
Sunflower did it in the previous round. Can he do it again?
Beginning of a comeback. Oh, not this time.
As the kill works out for S7 as they are back into this game as they find their first map. One apiece going into the Arsenal. And I love that. The camaraderie, you have to give your fist bumps when they are due, and that's exactly right. After every single map, you'll be seeing these guys hyping each other up, and that's the beauty of LAN.
Let me tell you, Chat judged Sierra 7 harshly. Chat judged Sierra 7 harshly off that hard point. This was a statement. This was a statement. We are here to play.
And I mean, a statement it was, right? They played their game. They were comfortable when they got their first blood, when they got to the bomb sites, and that's exactly what we spoke about. They need to be able to play their game, otherwise they will struggle like they did in the hard point. But I like the point that you made there. That is a statement. It's one apiece now going to Arsenal control. And man, what a showing it has been.
What a reminder to Chat that this is a best of threes. So the score right now in this series is 1-1. One apiece.
One game to take them all, right? We're playing a Lord of COD M in the first game of the first day of the Carry First Africa Cup.
I do not believe it. It's all hanging on control. I don't believe it.
Well,
it's all hanging on control here. On Arsenal, yes, you're right. The map, I completely forgot about the map. The map is our grand venue. Arsenal, control on Arsenal. This is exactly what I expected. The hard point might have been a bit disappointing. For me, I also...
I don't know. That was... Wow, sorry, Aura fans, you just got packed.
No! the hard point was disappointing for the fact that, we all expected this to be... it's a West African brawl, right?
Sure.
We know what to expect from these teams. We expected pushback. Instead, we saw a squashing.
Well, I wouldn't have called that a squash. They showed a little bit of life there, but...
Yeah, exactly. A little bit, then they completely lost momentum. It took Search and Destroy to show their teeth. Sierra 7 have finally shown their teeth. This was what we expected. This is the Sierra we know.
100%. And then we're going to a hybrid mode. So now we get to see which is the team that can play the best of both worlds. As you can tell, Aura doing very well in Respawn and non-Respawn going the way of S7. So this is truly as even as it gets. There's nothing holding them back now. This is the one map between them going forwards into the winners bracket or starting off in the losers.
Hey man, I am hyperventilating in this jacket. I just need to lose it, honestly, because that is exactly what we expected. Chat, the chat between Ghana and Nigeria is going off here.
Can you explain the egg meme to me?
I have no idea what the egg meme means, man. I have no idea, but thank you to all 741 people coming through to watch this grand final of the Carry First Africa Cup. Share the live stream, get people to watch. We are live on the Carry First Africa channel and as many TV channels across the continent taking the feed right now, not to mention NBS Plus, K24 Digital, GH1 TV, Star TV, and the match coming next match, of course, being NXG versus Sun Esports. NXG from South Africa.
The battle of North and South. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
The match coming after this one will be NXG versus Sun Esports from Morocco. The battle of North and South. That was nice. Very Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
very nice. So guys, stand by for that one. Yeah.
It's the North that's warm and the South that's cold in comparison. So it's a little bit turned on its head. But again, Noxious Esports coming up here as the second seed from South Africa, as Cast was the ones that unfortunately got a DQ. But having said that, not being second rate in any way, shape or form, as they are a force to be reckoned with. But right now, we'll get back to that in a second. We are here getting ready to go into Arsenal. And of course, all of this wouldn't be possible without Call of Duty Mobile itself being one of the sponsors.
Hold on a second. There's something I wanted to show the crowd. Just one sec. Ghost. Our Ghost character. Come here, man. We want to show the crowd. I can't go without showing the crowd. I want you guys to see this. This is probably the best cosplay I have ever seen in my life. That's so you know how serious Carry First is taking Call of Duty today. Call of Duty Mobile. This is how serious Call of Duty is taking.
He's just suiting up real quick. He's putting on the suit powers, getting ready to come over.
Meanwhile, we're standing by for control on Arsenal. Then Ghost will come. Here he is.
Here he is. The man of the hour.
The man of the hour.
Does this Ghost speak?
This Ghost doesn't speak. He never speaks.
Oh, okay, never speaks? That's crazy.
He has no speaking lines. Brother.
Very intimidating. He's got to adjust his weapon first. Okay, we got another minute to go before we start things out. But I mean, man, look at this cosplay. You cannot beat it.
We cannot beat it. We're jumping straight back into control right now. Straight back into control. This, again, is 1-1 apiece. Sierra 7 versus Aura 233. For the final decider here. This is control.
And this is just game one, people. We have 5 more to come after this. And I mean, if this is what the tone is going into it, hopefully this is the last of the technical issues, as we'll be going straight into Game 3 Arsenal Control. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll be cutting to that any moment.
Alright, this is going straight into it. Control. Here we go. The players get straight into the lobby. We're going straight at it. Control begins now. The decider between Aura 233 from Ghana, Sierra 7 from Nigeria.
The Battle of the West about to conclude. How funny would it be if we run the distance back and this is great?
Goodness.
The Battle of the West. But I want something spicy, man. I want like Battle of the South. I mean, nobody